Hey guys, so we need to have a serious heart-to-heart. I just recently received the gastric sleeve procedure, and I am currently almost 2 weeks post-op. I need to talk to you guys about some stuff that I didn't even fully comprehend prior to surgery. So the two things I'm going to talk to you about today are the dumping syndrome and just pain in general. Okay, I'm going to talk to you about three things. And then the third thing is the feeling of regret. Again, I apologize for this. I've had just a lot going on, and I have not felt the best at all since surgery. In fact, every day I've felt horrible. So anyway, let's talk about the first thing, which is, what did I say was going to be the first one? Dumping syndrome. Okay, so dumping syndrome is what happens to somebody who has had gastric surgery of some kind when they either eat too quickly, or they eat things that are high in fat, or they eat things that are high in sugar. Your body has like a minimum amount of time that it takes for it to get down your esophagus into your stomach, and then there's like a little area between your stomach and your small intestines. It's where it sits. When it sits there, then it like is supposed to slowly lower into the small intestine. If you overeat, have things that are too high in sugar, and have things that are too high in fat, I'm sorry, I'm really gassy. Gastric sleeve. If you eat those three things, then, or if you do one of those three things, then you are more than likely going to just be sending food very quickly, or the wrong type of food very quickly, into the stomach, therefore causing it to not be able to sit there and just distribute evenly. It's just going to go right into your small intestines and go crazy through your intestines, and you're either going to projectile vomit, or you are going to have diarrhea, loose bowels. So dumping syndrome does a lot. There's a lot with dumping syndrome, and I've watched, the lighting is so bad in here, I'm so sorry. The dumping syndrome treats people a little bit differently, because I watched a few videos and I was like, well, that's not happening, but whew, I'm getting everything else. So with me in particular, dumping syndrome, I immediately feel a little nauseous, and I do like a pre-vomit. Like, I can feel it coming up. I taste it in the back of my throat, but it hasn't come into my mouth yet for me to be able to release it. So I get like the pre-throw up, the nauseous feeling. My stomach just feels heavy. Everything just feels heavy and weighed down. And then I have to go throw up. That's happened twice to me already, and I just started the pureed stage on Tuesday of this week, and it is Thursday of this week. So that's, well, no, it's Thursday of next week, Kristen. Okay, anyway. So yes, so that happened, and then most recently, i.e. today, had another situation, and it took about 10 minutes after I finished eating for my body to be like, nope, not today, not happening. And so I ran to the bathroom, where I had loose bowels. Good stuff. Because I have another video coming out where I'm going to talk a little bit about that. A little bit about poop. So if you are triggered by poop, don't watch the video after this, because that's going to be insane. But anyway, so Yeah, so dumping syndrome just kind of hit me, and I was out for like an hour and a half just laying down. Now, I took my nausea medicine, and I did go to the restroom, and I also had a heating pad on my chest and on my stomach. That to me helped a little bit. I don't know if it would have been okay without it, but I do feel more comfortable having a heating pad on me anyway, so there's that. All right, so that was the first thing. That was the dumping syndrome. Now, the other thing, regrets third. General, just overall pain. Okay, so I say pain, and I use that word very loosely. And the reason why I use it very loosely is because pain to me might be like a 10, but a pain to someone else, the same pain, it might be a 2 or a 3. All of us have a different pain tolerance, and my pain tolerance is extremely low. I get hurt at the drop of a hat, and I cry like a baby. I'm just a baby, whatever. It is what it is. And going into the surgery, I knew that it was going to be completely different. Like, I knew that my stomach was going to change, that the way that I eat, the way that I interact with my family was going to be a lot different, and we'll talk about that in a second, but I mean, I knew everything was going to be different. I knew that I was going to go to the bathroom differently. I knew all of these things. However, knowing and experiencing are two completely different things. When I totally lost my train of thought just now. Don't think that's a side effect of gastric sleeve. I think that's just me. Hi. Okay. Well, anyway, so with me, my pain tolerance, I assumed that it was going to be like a 5-6 on my scale of pain tolerance. And at first, it really wasn't that bad, but I was highly medicated. Okay, and I'm now 2 weeks out, and I gotta be honest, even during the first week, I was not okay. I was at 9-10 continuously, 9-10 almost the entire first week. Then now I've dropped down to like a 6 to 8. It depends, because there's a difference between pain and just discomfort. So when I am up and moving around, I'm pretty okay, honestly. Like, I feel good. A, I'm walk, and then B, I just, I'm doing stuff. But I get tired because I'm low nutrition. Like, I'm not getting all of the minerals and vitamins that I need because I'm having such problems with this dang freaking dumping syndrome. But anyway, so whenever I lay down, I'm really uncomfortable, or when I sit, I'm really uncomfortable, and it's not like a pain, it's just a discomfort. But it is like almost an unbearable discomfort. Like, if you have had, I don't have any children, but like I was talking with somebody very close to me, and she was like, yeah, I had a C-section. Like, she was like, I don't have feeling in my lower abdomen, like below the belly button. She goes, and it's been 7 years, or like, not 7 years. It's been over a little over a year, and I still don't have feeling in my lower abdomen. And I was like, so is that what I'm feeling? Like, is that the discomfort that I'm feeling, and like the pull from the sutures from the inside, and I don't know really what's going on in my body. I feel so disconnected from my body. Like, I don't know if I'm hungry. I don't know if I'm full. I don't know if I'm constipated or if I have IBS. I don't know what's going on. Is my stomach, has it exploded? Is my gallbladder exploded? Are my incisions okay? Are they infected? I know nothing. And I feel so disconnected. And I don't even know how to like approach that. I think that's like a completely different thing, and I probably need to talk to my therapist about that, because that's not good. But anyway, okay, so we talked about, come on, Kristen, get it together. We talked about pain and / discomfort, and we've talked about the first thing that I talked about. I'm such a scatterbrain. Yeah, well, you know what we talked about. Okay, so the third thing that I'm going to talk about is the actual, like, regret. So, you know, I don't know how to say this without... For me, gastric sleeve was a choice that I made with the help of my family, their support. For me, as a tool to help me continue losing the weight that I was already on a journey losing. The thing is unfortunately within my life, a lot of things happened all at once that caused me to lose sight, lose focus, lose motivation, and enter into a pretty heavy state of anxiety and depression, which I was already dealing with prior to, but more so exaggerated after these chain of events. Now, if you're new to my channel, I have a lot of videos talking about everything that's happened to me. I keep you all well informed on me. So my choice to have the surgery was strictly just to have like an extra tool, an extra thing to use. Well, here's the thing. Going in and saying that it is a tool is exactly how I felt going into the surgery. I mean, to a T. And now that the surgery is over, I am 2 weeks post-op. I am scared to death that I made the worst decision of my life. And a lot of that has to do with my family hangouts are completely food related, typically. I mean, like, majority of the time. Okay, yeah, they are. They're food related. And it's hard being so new to the sleeved world to go out with my family or to have my family come over to the house and then they all eat and I just puree something up, you know, which now that I'm at the puree stage, it's a little bit, well, I haven't experienced it yet, but it could potentially be a little bit better. But I just feel like this disconnect with my family and a disconnect with like outside world, because a really good friend of mine whom I love dearly messaged me and was like, hey, you want to go to the movies tonight? And I said no. Like I said, I can't because I'm dealing with, jobs, which I am. I take care of dogs and I love them very much. And so I couldn't because of that. But there's another side to that where it's kind of just like, I don't want to be put in that situation where they're all eating popcorn, my favorite thing ever. And they're like, well, we're going to eat, do you want to eat dinner first? And I was like, no. That is definitely not what I want to do right now. And I feel bad because I want to hang out with people. Like I wanted to go, but I knew that it wouldn't have been a good idea for me. I would have been depressed, or I would have tried to find something that I could have. So I would have just sat with like nacho cheese dip and had a tablespoon of that because that's probably all that I could handle until I threw it up. Dumping syndrome. But anyway, so I'm going through a stage, and I know that with like everything. With everything, I go through this stage, and that's part of my anxiety and my depression. So, like, I know that things will get better, that this is just the right now, this is what's happening in this moment, but it is going to get better, and it is going to be worth it in the end. You know, once I really see the pounds start coming off, I see my activity levels going up, and, you know, potentially could maybe get off of some of my medications. Like, I know that there are so many pros to this. Just right now, I'm stuck in the cons because I feel sick to my stomach. So, like, if I had like a bad day before surgery, I would go and get a pizza from like Little Caesars, and I would eat the toppings off of it. And I would just completely gorge myself on things that I shouldn't have. And I can't do that because even eating 2 tablespoons of a pureed dish makes me want to die. It does. And I just got to keep reminding myself that there are way more pros than there are cons. And I just need to figure out what I'm doing right now in the moment that I need to change so that this doesn't keep happening and I can move forward with the positivity that I know is going to come from this. And so I also wanted to add this because when I started having the dumping syndrome and I started feeling these things of regret and selfishness, I went online. I went on YouTube and I was looking through videos of people that I follow, and once I started feeling these things of regret and whatnot, then I was able to find videos on regret and pain and anxiety that comes along with the surgery. I never saw one video prior to surgery about somebody having regrets or having the feelings that I'm feeling. And so I wanted to make a video that shared this side of it. You know, like, it is not all rainbows and butterflies after you have surgery. Like, it will end up very positive, you know, but going through the process, your body healing, your body getting used to things, your brain getting used to things, it's gonna be a journey. And I wish that somebody would have told me that they had dealt with regret and that kind of stuff prior or post surgery, because then I could have been like, hey, mom, or hey, sister, or hey, you know, whoever, and just be like, listen, just so you know, there's going to be a time after surgery where I go through a stage where I feel regret. Remind me why I'm doing this. Remind me why I decided to utilize this as a tool, and, you know, help motivate me to not feel that way. And I could have prepared my entire family and, you know, had that little extra security and help and aid when it came down to that point. So I'm giving you that. It exists. It sucks. Totally sucks. I can't even. But I know it will get better for me. So therefore, it sure as heck is going to get better for you. Just stay strong, do what you're supposed to do, follow what your nutritionists and doctors say, because they know what's up. You don't. And I'm actually talking to myself. Legit. Okay, guys, I am so sorry. This is a long video and it is shot in horrible lighting and I look like a disaster, but it really has been weighing on my stomach. It has been weighing on me, and I really wanted to share that with you because that was a huge deal to not know that these feelings would exist. And just know that they might. They sure as heck might, and just prepare yourself beforehand so it won't be as bad. All right. Thank you guys so much. Please like and subscribe to my channel, like my videos and subscribe to my channel. I appreciate you guys very much, and all the comments and the love are just phenomenal. Thank you so much. That means the world to me. I love that you guys are getting something out of these and that they're actually helping you and motivating you. All right, guys. Love you guys. Bye.